Hey guys, welcome to the next video on OpenCV tutorial for beginners using Python. In this video, we will see how to read, display and save videos using cameras. So often we have to capture live stream from camera. So first of all, we will see how we can capture the live stream from the camera. The same method you can use to display the video from a video file. So let's get started and let's see how we can capture the live stream from your default camera. So I'm going to just create a variable called cap, and then inside your cv2 package there is a class called VideoCapture. We are going to take this class and create an object of it, and as an argument here you can provide either the input file name. So for example, if you want to just read the video from a particular file, you can give the file name, for example my file.avi or mp4, or you need to provide the device index of your camera from which you want to read. So by default this index will be either 0 or in many devices it's also -1. So first of all, we are going to try with 0 device index, which in most cases works. So if this device index 0 doesn't work, try with -1. Now if you have multiple cameras and if you want to use the other camera, then you can also try 1 for the second camera or 2 for the third camera and so on. So we are going to use the default camera, which is at device index 0. So this is the argument we need to provide here, and then we are going to create a while loop in order to capture the frame continuously. So let's create a while loop here, and this loop we are going to run indefinitely. So we are going to just say that while this loop is true, we want to capture the frames. So we are going to just define these variable ret and frame, and then using this cap instance we are going to call a method called read. Now this read method is going to return true if the frame is available, and this frame will be saved into this frame variable. So here the true or false will be saved. If the frame is available, this ret will be true, otherwise it will be false, and this frame variable will actually capture or save the frame. Now in order to show this captured frame, we can use ImShow. So I'm going to just use a cv2.ImShow, which is going to show this frame inside the window. First of all, you can give the name to your window, for example frame, and then second argument will be the frame which you are reading, which is this variable here. Now in the next step, we have seen in the last video also, we are going to use the cv2.wait key in order to wait for the user input, and if this input will be Q, we will quit the window and destroy all windows. So we are going to just say cv2.wait key, and the argument here will be 1. And I have told you need to provide this mask for 64-bit machines, so you can provide this mask, and then we are going to just see if this key which is pressed is Q or not. So we are going to use the ORD method for this, and we will just check if the Q key is pressed, and if this Q key is pressed, we are going to break from the loop and we will come out of the loop. And after we come out of the loop, the first thing we need to do is to actually release the capture variable. So this is important. After reading your video, you need to release the resources. So you need to just call this method cap.release, and then we will just destroy all windows. So let's run this script and let's see what is the output. So I'm going to run this script, and you can see in this window the input from my default webcam of my laptop. Right now I'm just showing some book in front of this camera. That's why you will see this book, and as soon as I press Q key, our window will be destroyed and we come out of this script. Now let's say you want to change the frames to gray. So we want to convert our video input from the colored image to the grayscale image. For that, what you can do is you can define a variable called gray or anything else, and then there is a method called cv2.cvtColor, which is to convert color, and the first argument which it takes is the source. So in our case, the source is the frame which we are capturing from the cap.read method. The second argument is actually the conversion what we want to do. So we will just call cv2.color underscore, and by default the default colored image is captured as BGR image, that means blue, green, red channel images, and we want to convert it to a grayscale image. So we will just write BGR to gray. This means we want to capture the BGR image to the grayscale image, and now this is going to give us the grayscale image, and this input we can just transfer to the IamShow method as the second argument of this IamShow method. So let's run this script once again and let's see what is the output of the script. And now you can see the video captured is in grayscale image, and as soon as I press Q, it's going to release all the captured resources and then destroy all windows. Now, as I said, if you want to display the image from a video file, you just need to give the name of the video file, for example name, and then the extension, which is, let's say, AVI or MP4 or any other format. Now using this cap instance, you can read few properties about the video which is captured, and the first property is if the video is open or not. So in case whenever you provide the file name and the file path is wrong, then this is going to give you false. So there is a method called isOpened, and this means if the file name of the video which you want to provide here is correct, this is going to give us true. Otherwise, this isOpened is going to give us false in case the file path is wrong or the index which you give here for the device is wrong. So let's give any random index here, and then let's see what happens. So I'm going to run this script, and you will see nothing will happen because this isOpened is going to give you false. Let's print that also, and let's verify with the print statement the same thing. So I'm going to just use this and then run the program once again, and you can see it prints false. That means you cannot capture the video using this index. So my device is at index 0 by default, so I need to give this index name. Otherwise, for example, I provide the wrong file name here also, it's going to give us the false value. There is a method called cap.open also. So if this cap is open gives you false, you can try opening your capture video using cap.open also. Now there are other properties which you can read using this cap instance, and the property you can read using a method called get. So you can just write cap.get, and as an argument of this get method you can provide the prop ID. So there are different prop IDs which you can read. So let's say we want to read the property which is called frame width and frame height, which is going to give you the height and width of your frame. So for this you just need to write cv2.cap_prop_frame_width. This is going to give you the width of your frame, and if you want to get the height of your frame you can use cap_prop_frame_height. And this whole list you can find on the official documentation of OpenCV. So I will provide you this link where you can see different values of the prop ID. So right now I have used this ID and this ID, but there are several number of IDs available here which you can use to read the property of your frame. So let's use print method to just print out what property we are reading. And let's once again run this script. And here you can see in the output, you can see the value 640 and 480, which is the width and height of your frame by default. Now let's see how we can save the image which we have captured from our webcam or the default camera. So as we already know that we read frame by frame when we capture the videos from your default camera. So for creating the capture, you have used VideoCapture class, and for saving the video, we are going to create the VideoWriter class. So I'm going to first of all create a variable called out for output, and then I'm going to call a class called VideoWriter. So let's call this class, which is VideoWriter. And now this class takes few arguments. The first argument is the name of your output file. So for example, I can just give the name output.avi, the extension of the file. The second argument here is the 4cc code. Now 4cc is a 4-byte code which is used to specify the video codec. And if you want to know more about 4cc code, you can visit this website, which is 4cc.org/codec.php, and here you can find several 4cc codes. So for now, what we are going to do is we are going to just get the 4cc code using a class called VideoWriter_4cc. So I'm going to declare a variable 4cc, and then I'm going to use cv2 to call a class called VideoWriter4cc. So as an argument of this class, you just need to provide the 4cc code. So for example, I can give this kind of code. So you can provide this argument, which is asterisk, and then your 4cc code, which is xvid in this case. Or otherwise, what you can do here is you can also give this code in this format. So for example, x comma, then second argument is v, and then third argument is I, and the fourth argument is D. So you can either give this type of notation, or you can just use asterisk, and then in single quotes you can just write xvid or any other code here. And then this 4cc code we are going to pass as the second argument. The third argument is the number of frames per second. So let's say we just want to use 20 frames per second, and the fourth argument is the size. So we already know that the size in which we are capturing is 640 by 480. So we are going to provide this in the form of tuple. So 640 comma 480. So this will be the size of the video which will be saved in this file. Now inside our loop, as we have seen, we are just reading the frame here in the frame variable, and this is the boolean variable. If the frame is available, it's true, otherwise it's false, right? So first of all, we are going to check if its value is true or false. So we can just write if ret is equal to true, then only we are going to just save this file into the output file. So I'm going to just put everything inside this if condition. Otherwise, we are going to break out of this loop. So I'm going to just say else break. Now inside this if condition, we can just write this frame into a file using a method called out.write. So out is the instance of VideoWriter. So I'm going to just use out.write, and then we are going to just pass the frame which we have captured, which is inside the frame variable. And now at last, we are going to release all the resources using the out instance, which is the instance of VideoWriter. So I'm going to just write out dot release, and then let's run the script and let's see what happens. So one thing to note here is our video will be saved as it is, that is in the BGR mode, that is in the colored mode. So let's run the code and let's see what happens. So I'm going to just start my script once again, and now I'm going to just press Q. So you can see here our video is shown in the grayscale, and our video will be saved in the original format because we are saving every frame before the conversion. So it will be saved in the original format. So I'm going to just close this script, and as soon as I close the script, you can see the output.avi file. And in order to verify this file, I'm going to go to the project, and here I'm going to start this file using, let's say, VLC media player, and you can see it shows the output of the output.avi file. So this is how you can read videos, display and save videos using the default camera or the video file. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.